been canceled. He nobody cares Soulja Boy.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm like, is he gonna hurt me? Is he making music? Oh, I'm so nervous. I go up the stairs and I'm just heart beating, you know what I mean? I loved it. I had some Louis, it was Louis, it was everything, and it was perfect. And he was like, take this, white. Like he kept, like he's very like into like the race play stuff. And then, but here's the thing, I don't know if this was really him or it was like drunk him.
This time, Marlon Wayans performed the honors. And let me tell you, it was messy. I know what you're thinking though. What did Soulja Boy do this time? He was dragged through the ground and left utterly exposed. For one reason or another, Draco often makes news, but this one took a drastic turn as Marlon Wayans and Soulja Boy's long simmering spat had been heating up, with both of them posting disparaging remarks online. However, Soulja Boy didn't keep it lighthearted. Instead, he took direct shots at Marlon, and not in a positive way. He went too far and made it personal in the worst manner possible. This wasn't just a typical back-and-forth roast. Instead of keeping his issue with Marlon, Soulja dragged Marlon's transgender son, Kai, into the controversy. Big Draco was completely out of line when he posted, "Ain't your son a tender that sucked thee" on X. He just threw that out there. No filter, no shame. He even doubled down by sharing screenshots of articles about Marlon openly supporting his 23-year-old son, Kai, just in case people weren't already paying attention. And he wasn't done yet. Soulja kept pushing, making sure to leave a trail of controversy behind him. He followed up by saying, "Look, Marlon, it's no surprise that you enjoy dressing up as a bee. It's in her blood." "Excuse me," he said, "her blood." He tried to use Marlon's history of portraying characters in drag for comedic effect as an insult, as if that even made sense. But as we all know, Marlon Wayans is not one to tolerate blatant disrespect like that. He jumped on X immediately and clapped back, bringing nothing but cold, hard facts. In his post, he wrote, "You know you may get canceled for this." Such slander is outright transphobic, and when someone starts talking about cancellation, they mean business. By this point, the internet was already on fire, with people criticizing Soulja Boy for crossing the line. The real question now is, will he back down or double down? Because we all know Soulja Boy loves playing the victim. When things got heated, Marlon Wayans wasn't going to let Soulja Boy off easy. He responded with the ultimate reality check post. "Luckily for you, Crank, you don't have a career. It seems like you've been fired for the past 17 years. We waited since 2007. And if that wasn't enough, he doubled down, making sure the internet fully understood what he meant. He reposted Soulja Boy's original tweet with the savage caption, "If Soulja Boy had a job, he might be fired for this kind of defamation, but fortunately, he hasn't been relevant since 2007. And let's be real, he wasn't lying. Soulja Boy has been clawing for attention for years, constantly reminding everyone that he created the internet and made viral songs. But let's be honest, when was the last time he actually dropped a hit? When was the last time he even released a song? Soulja Boy has been riding the nostalgia train for way too long, and every time his name pops up, it's for drama, not music." The next day, it was clear Draco had fumbled the bag. He rushed back to X and deleted all those wild tweets as if they had never existed, but the damage was already done. Then, in a weak attempt to clean up the mess, he hit the timeline with a half-baked apology. "I'm sorry for interrupting. I was only attempting to justify myself, but occasionally I go too far in referencing TV shows and music. I love you all." But come on, no one was buying it. In the same sentence, he attempted to shift the blame by saying in an interview that Marlon Wayans came for him first. Was this an apology or a flimsy justification? Because from our perspective, it looked like direct harm. Now, if you're wondering how we got here, let's rewind a bit. This drama began in January when Marlon Wayans was on 101. When discussing Soulja Boy's performance at one of Trump's events, Marlon didn't hold back and essentially laughed it off, saying, "Soulja, you've been canceled." And that was enough to set Soulja off. Marlon wasn't just poking fun at Soulja Boy. He turned it into a full-blown comedy routine. It started with a joke about Soulja chasing a paycheck, and he probably didn't even realize he was performing at a Trump event until it was too late. And as you all know, Soulja Boy has an ego the size of a stadium, so when he found out, he completely lost it. He immediately jumped on X with pure rage and went straight for the disrespect, posting, "Marlon Weird, where you at? You ain't funny. Quit talking, ninja, and keep selling your soul and sucking the higher-ups' D's." At this point, Marlon had a choice: ignore it and take the moral high ground, or hit back just as hard, and he chose violence. "You little mother, go sit your little ass on some uncle's knee." That was the kill shot. After that, it was full speed ahead, no breaks. Marlon turned this entire feud into his own personal comedy special. He started posting memes that ridiculed Soulja's entire career. First, he shared an old picture of Soulja Boy cuddling with another man, captioning it, "I'm sorry, but what now? Looks like you give up anything for clout." Then, things got even wilder. Marlon pulled out receipts, an old 2017 DM, exposing Soulja for begging to promote his Netflix movie naked. Can you imagine? One minute you're welding online, and the next, you're reminded that you were pleading behind the scenes. And just when you thought he was finished, Marlon went for the knockout punch. He targeted Soulja's most sensitive spot. He wrote, "Tell me, Soulja Boy didn't smoke crack." And attached was a close-up picture of Soulja's teeth. The image alone said it all. His teeth and lips screamed, "I'll do anything for clout." At that point, Soulja Boy had no choice but to tap out. He quickly deleted his post and made one last desperate attempt to save face. He reshared one of Marlon's tweets with a weak "ha." That made me chuckle. Yeah, that was the laugh of a man who had just been dragged beyond recognition. But let's be real, Marlon didn't say anything new. He just put the rumors out there in the most brutal way possible. If you've been paying attention, you've already heard whispers about Soulja Boy playing both sides for years. This isn't the first time it's been suggested. Maybe he's double dipping? Remember William, the white guy who appeared on Tasha K's controversial podcast? He straight up claimed that he and Soulja Boy hooked up at an event. He said Soulja was with all the smoke in private. And then there was Vivica A. Fox, who stirred the pot years ago. Y'all remember when she side-eyed that XXL cover with Soulja Boy and 50 Cent? She said that image was giving. Well, you already know what she meant. Heavy DL energy, as if there was much more going on than first appeared. In this messy industry, news spreads quickly, and rappers love to pretend to be the biggest stars. But the real story is always different. We have to ask, what do you think? Did Marlon go too far, or was Soulja asking for it? When Marlon made that small jab, he didn't truly expose Soulja. He just said what had already been circulating around the streets. Did this wash Soulja Boy completely, or does he still have some influence? And the real question, why do these older rappers keep squabbling online like they're not almost 40? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the channel and stay tuned for the next bombshell.